I wanted to take it a little further on Syria. You mentioned correctly that the Russians have become actively involved and that there's been a delay in the global elite's schedule as a result. The Russians haven't just become involved. They've really been doing stuff. Not only is Syria one of their primary allies and their only foreign, the place, Syria is where they have their only foreign, meaning non-Soviet military base, which is in that region as well. But now the Russians and the Americans have both moved in. They've installed war vessels in the region, warcraft carriers and the like. There have now been rumblings from all sides about a possible post-Assad regime. What is going on in Syria? Do we have any idea what is actually happening on the ground there?
Take advantage of the elite's problems. I wish I could say this even more potently. Take advantage of the elite's problems. The elite have a problem right now. They wanted all of those countries in the Middle East to have already been turned over to the Muslim Brotherhood and cause such chaos that in turn they could take the price of crude oil where they want it. They will take the price of crude oil to $150 a barrel, even if they have to break war out in the Middle East. And the thing that I am so very concerned about, since they have postponed drilling with the Liberty rig on the Arctic Ocean up in northern Alaska, is that they realize that Syria is not going to give in as quick as they thought they would, and as a result, they may just step in and allow war to take place over there. This would close the Strait of Hormuz, and you would see catastrophic results all over the world. Please take advantage of the elite's problems right now. Your dollar is still fairly strong. Do what you have to do and do it immediately, and get out of that paper as quick as you can.
Because, I'm looking at the crude oil prices. WTI is at 90, and the Brent crude is at 106. No relation, folks. 106 is a far cry from 150. So, how long do you think it will take to get them to the point that they're ready? Any idea?
It was supposed to have already been there.
Interesting.
Yes, they were already supposed to have been there. There has been a delay of approximately 6 months on the part of Assad in Syria. There was another 3 months delay on the part of Libya and Gaddafi. They are approximately 9 months behind the schedule that they gave to me, which I put in my DVD presentation, The Middle East, the rest of the story, about a year ago. So right now, I think they are desperate, and I believe that you could possibly see something happen over there that would startle you very, very soon. I wouldn't put anything past what would happen in the Middle East right now, and especially the Strait of Hormuz.
Wow. We have a caller. Richard is calling in from Michigan. Richard, thank you for calling. Welcome to the show. You're on with Chaplain Lindsey Williams.
Hi, Lindsey Williams. I have one of your tapes. I enjoyed it thoroughly back in the 80s. And I was wondering, that Gull Island and also in Oregon, did they not find huge deposits of oil that was both finds over 200 years would last?
Yes, they did found massive amounts of oil on Gull Island, exactly as was stated in my book, Energy on Crisis, back 35 years ago. I was there the day that they drilled that and gave the report, and within 24 hours they ordered the information classified, and the gentleman at that time, who was the number one person for Atlantic Richfield, made the statement to me. He said, "Chaplain, we will not bring this oil field in and let the American people have it until we have the price of crude oil where we want it to go." And I asked him, I said, "Where do you want it to go?" At the time, 35 years ago, he wouldn't tell me. He did tell me later, and they wanted to go to $150 a barrel. This is the reason that they have stopped drilling with the Liberty rig, because they do not want to drill into that strata until they have the price of crude oil where they want it. But there have been some problems that have developed in then getting it there.
Richard, did that answer your question, or was there anything else?
No, other than I'm a advocate for the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and if we don't get it in this election, I plan to take it back by force. Thank you.
Amen to that. Thank you, Richard. That's, hey, listen, I wish it wasn't necessary, folks. I wish armed revolution was genuinely not necessary, but I don't see any other way to wrest control from the tyrants who have taken down our once free society. Thanks so much, Richard from Michigan. Lindsey, I seem to remember that when you first told me about this, the globalists wanted $200 a barrel. Now it's $150. Have they adjusted what they're looking for, and if so, why would they do that?
No, they have not adjusted it. They told me that they wanted 150 as a minimum, that they wouldn't bother them one bit if it went to 200. No, that has not changed at all. I just failed to use the two different figures. They have a top and a bottom, 150 for the bottom, 200 for the top. They needed to go there. Now, there's a second reason why they have stopped drilling with the Liberty rig. Now, you've got to look this up for yourself. Everyone out there in the listening audience, please go on the Internet and look up Liberty rig and look at BP Oil Company's explanation as why they stopped drilling with the Liberty rig, and you will find that they mention the Gulf of Mexico and the pressure of the oil in that drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, and they said, we don't want this to happen again. So I asked my friend, I said, what is the relationship here? They have gone down far enough that they're finding out now that oil pool may have well over 40,000 pounds of pressure on it, and they are scared to death. They know that if that happens, what happened on the North Slope of Alaska, if that happens like it did in the Gulf of Mexico, they know that they could contaminate the entire northern part of the ocean. All of the North Pole could be contaminated by that thing. And they are stopping the Liberty rig for the purpose of beefing it up to stand somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60,000 pounds of pressure when they go through that strata.
During pre-Olympic activities in London this past week, the South Korean flag was erroneously displayed during a North Korean event. Of course, North Korea was livid. The organizers said it was due to human error. I don't think I've ever heard anything from you on the global elite's position with respect to North Korea. Do they have any plan for that part of the world? Does it play a role in their schemes?
I have never asked them the question. I will be more than happy to and give you a report at some future point. But there's so many things that they've had to talk about here recently that are devastating to them and so vitally important to everyone out in the listening audience today until I haven't had time to ask questions about such countries as North Korea.
Yeah, it just occurs to me because North Korea is not, it's a force to be reckoned with if it is ever manifested. I mean, it's not insignificant. What about China? Where does China stand these days in the globalist plans?
Oh, very positively. In fact, before Mr. Fromm passed away, over a year ago, he said, Chaplain, watch China. He said, it is the big one. That was his exact words. He said, it is the big one. And he warned me that I should pay no attention to North and South Korea. I should pay no attention to the Middle East in relation to the significance of paying attention to China. He said that is the most important spot on the face of the earth to watch.
Any particular aspect of it? Are we talking about economically? Are we talking about militarily? Is there anything specific that we're to watch with respect to China?
China is so powerful. China is so big. China is like a monster. The elite do control it, just like they control every other nation on the face of the earth, even Russia, to a certain extent. Of course, they've got their problems right now with Putin, big problems. But China is the most significant thing out there. All I can say is China's in big trouble right now. big trouble. I just talked with someone who came back from China just a few days ago, and they said China has got problems that are insurmountable. And you will probably see it showing up in the future. There's such graft and crime and evil, as I'd like to put it, taking place in China, and it's growing by the day. So China could erupt into something that would affect much of the rest of the world.
We'll ask you more about China next time. 888-747-1968. Last chance to get on board with Lindsey Williams. 888-747-1968. Give us a call right now. Obama or Romney? Is there a preference from the globalist perspective?
Doesn't matter one bit. They could care less. Oh, I'll never forget it. Mr. Fromm and I were riding in his vehicle at Prudhoe Bay many years ago, and I said something about presidential candidates and the ecologists that were costing the oil companies so much, and he just laughed, and he said, Chaplain, it makes no difference at all. I said, what are you talking about? He said, we give millions of dollars to Greenpeace. We give millions of dollars to the Sierra Club. We give millions of dollars to the Republican and Democratic Party. He said, we don't care which man gets in. We still get our way. It's not going to make an ounce of a difference as to which one they get in there. I think the only thing really, Brent, that will matter to the American people between Obama and Romney will be the fact that Romney won't touch handguns. And Obama probably will step out and try, and when he does, it very well could start major problems in America, even up to revolution. I know the American people aren't going to give up those handguns. I do know this. I know that the elite are very upset with Mr. Obama because he canceled out that pipeline across Canada. And at the time, I said, I think on your program, and I've said on many others, that they might not allow him to get back in as president merely because they double-crossed the elite.
Yeah, well, Obama, right now, the Sheriff Joe Arpaio posse task force has concluded that the Obama birth records are indeed forgeries. That's now official, and more has come out about the Obama, not being born in the United States, therefore not being a natural-born citizen, and all of that stuff. And that may be a prelude to what's going to happen in November as well. I just don't know for sure. What do you anticipate is going to happen in the world over the next 4 to 6 weeks?
Let me go back to Sheriff Arpaio, if I may.
Got about a minute and a half.
Hasn't told the fraction of what he knows. Yeah, he hasn't told a fraction of what he knows. He's got more things to bring out that are literally devastating to the Obama administration. Now go to the next 4 to 6 weeks. I just finished summing it up a few days ago. I beg of you, please get my new DVD presentation entitled Secrets of the Elite. We just finished it a matter of days ago, and there's so much happening so fast that I did a CD only days ago to update because things are happening so fast. We are giving you the CD as a gift when you purchase the Secrets of the Elite 3.5-hour DVD series. Please get the new CD and listen to it first. Before you listen to Secrets of the Elite, the 3.5-hour DVD presentation, listen on your car radio to the CD. It contains things that you must know immediately. And I tell basically everything that I think is going to take place. First of all, we positively are coming to a financial collapse. At some point, they will allow it all to take place, and the elite are bringing about some certain events that they want to take place first, but it's inevitable.
Okay, hang on there because I want to give out the contact info. My guest has been Chaplain Lindsey Williams, the Global Elite Update. The newest DVD is Secrets of the Elite. It includes an update on CD that is absolutely free. Go to www.prophecyclub.com. Prophecy is Prophecy club.com, or call toll-free 888-799-6111. 888-799-6111. Thanks so much, Lindsey. We'll see you next month.